Welcome to Charter Local Edition. I'm Keira Bresnahan. We're in beautiful Grand Junction, Colorado for the Club 20 fall meetings. I'm joined now with Representative Yeulin Willett from District 54 in Colorado. Thanks for joining us so much, Representative Willett.
Thanks, Keira. Glad to be here.
Yeah, you represent a beautiful part of the state.
Yeah, I sure do. You know, the west half of Delta County and all of rural Mesa County, places like Colburn and Palisade, Fruita, Delta. I just love it.
Now, last election cycle, last session, you tried to push a bill for a sexting law to make it more of a misdemeanor using cell phones and other technology. You were very close on that bill, and you said you were going to try to do that again in the next session.
Right. I am very much devoted to that cause. I'm going to work with the DAs and other stakeholder groups. We, as you mentioned, actually never got the bill killed. It ended up in a procedural never land because it was kind of a tie vote. That's how close it was in the House. But I am really confident that we'll get that thing through this year, and it's good for families, it's good for schools, and it's good for the state. What
really needs to happen to push it through this next time?
You know, there were just a couple of minor objections to the bill that I don't think had really good basis. I think they were legitimate, but they didn't have the facts. And some of the DA started collecting data to show, no, there are problems with these being charged as a felony, and it's ruining kids' lives. And so when that came out, I think they said, yeah, we probably need to do something.
Now, studying marijuana is also something you want on your agenda. It is legal in Colorado for marijuana use, but there's not a lot of studies on how it can be regulated, and that's something you want to work on as well, the pros and cons of legalizing marijuana.
Right. I ran a bill or a request for an interim committee last session. We met this summer on that already, but it's such a massive subject. We need to meet more, so I want to continue that on in the future, both economic pros and cons and societal pros and cons. Right now, the biggest subject we're trying to deal with is the black and gray markets. They're out of control. If anybody has heard, people are renting homes, gutting the basement, and they're growing basically commercial grows, going out of state. We're getting sued by other states. We've got to get a handle on that first. Then I think we need to look at the potency and the youth use and the dangers to our society.
And tracking it's been very difficult.
Absolutely. There's actually a good company here in Grand Junction, it's an Australian company, that has a fantastic DNA tracking system that if we could get the industry to pay for, we could track every plant, every product, and know where it came from and that it's legitimate.
Judicial nomination and retention is something that you would like to look into a little bit more for the state of Colorado. What are some of your ideas there?
Yeah, well, as an attorney for over 30 years, I have a good relationship with the Judicial Department, Chief Justice Rice and others. So I've been asked on a number of things, serving on House Judiciary, to kind of take the lead on that. There's been criticism of the way that we do judicial retention and selection by a fairly vocal group out there, and what we don't want to do is lose control of that and end up with some sort of elected judge situation that other states have. Colorado has one of the best systems in the whole United States, and we need to preserve it. If there are issues that need to be tweaked, I'm interested in looking into that. And we just had a news report out of Denver that was fascinating, that the Blue Book tells people about really bad judges, and in 3 or 4 instances they've gone ahead and reelected them. So our system's working, but sometimes the voters need to...
We don't know about our judges
Well,
enough.
And if they read the Blue Book, it'll tell you this is not a very good judge, so get them out.
So is the idea to educate voters more on who these judges are that maybe don't need to continue on?
Yeah, I don't know. That may be one of the ideas they bring, but like I say, it is written in the Blue Book, maybe to get voters to... They maybe are a little intimidated by judges. They're not used to that because they don't run campaigns. So maybe if we could get them just to look at those recommendations.
All right. Well, it sounds like you're going to be very busy in the 2017 session.
Yes.
Very interesting.
I sure am.
Well, we wish you all the luck, and we thank you so much for joining us today, Representative Willett.
Yep.
Have a great day, and thank you so much for watching Charter Local Edition in Club 20 in Grand Junction. I'm Keira Bresnahan.
Thanks.